Good day, everyone. This is Teacher Cherry. Sana habang pinapanood ninyo ang video na ito ay nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan. In this video, we are going to solve quadratic equations by completing the square. In our previous lesson, we have learned about the two methods of solving quadratic equations. These are solving quadratic equations by extracting square roots and by factoring. This video will be the continuation of that lessons. It is best for you if you already mastered solving quadratic equations by extracting square roots and factoring before proceeding to this video. May mga given equation na hindi kayang isolve using extracting square roots and factoring. We can use the method of completing the square to solve the given quadratic equation. Paano natin gagamitin ang completing the square? Alamin natin. There are 7 steps in solving quadratic equations by completing the square. Here are the steps from step 1 to step 7. Hindi ko na babasahin isa-isa. Para maintindihan natin ang mga steps, let's have some examples. Example 1. Solve the quadratic equation 4x squared minus 32x plus 28 equals 0 by completing the square. Step 1. If a is greater than 1, divide both sides of the equation by a, then simplify. Our given quadratic equation is 4x squared minus 32x plus 28 equals 0. Our a is positive 4. So it is greater than 1. We will divide both sides of the equation by 4. We have 4x squared minus 32x plus 28 all over 4 equals 0 divided by 4. Simplify.
4x squared divided by 4 minus 32x divided by 4 plus 28 divided by 4 equals 0 divided by 4.
4x squared divided by 4 is x squared. Negative 32x divided by 4 is negative 8x. And 28 divided by 4 is positive 7. And 0 divided by 4 is 0. Step 2. Write the equation such that the terms with variables are on the left side and the constant term is on the right side of the equation. This is our equation. X squared minus 8x plus 7 equals 0. Ang nasa left side lang natin dapat ay yung may mga variables na x, which is x squared, and negative 8x. Si constant term na si positive 7 ay dapat nasa right side ng equation. We will apply the addition property of equality. So we will add negative 7 to both sides of the equation. We have now x squared minus 8x plus 7 minus 7 equals 0 minus 7. Simplify. X squared minus 8x equals negative 7. That is now our new equation. Step 3. Add the square of the quantity of b over 2 to both sides of the equation. The left side of the equation becomes a perfect square trinomial. X squared minus 8x equals negative 7. So that is our equation. We will add both sides of the equation by b over 2 square. Paano natin makukuha yung i-add natin? Let's get the value of b, which is negative 8. So, dito siya nanggaling sa middle term. Yung numerical coefficient ng middle term, which is negative 8. Substitute negative 8 to b over 2 square. So, our b is negative 8 divided by 2 square. Negative 8 divided by 2 is equal to negative 4 squared. Square natin ang negative 4, we will get positive 16. So, si 16 ang i-add natin both sides of the equation. Positive 16, positive 16 sa left and right ng equation. Let's simplify. X squared minus 8x plus 16 equals 9. Saan natin nakuha si 9? Negative 7 plus 16 equals 9. Step 4. Express the perfect square trinomial on the left side of the equation as a square of a binomial. Yung perfect square trinomial natin ay makikita sa left side ng ating equation. So, this is our perfect square trinomial. I-express natin si x square minus 8x plus 16 as a square of a binomial. Paano? We will now have the square of the quantity x minus 4 equals 9. Saan nanggaling si x? Si x ay nakuha natin sa pamamagitan ng pagkuha ng square root ng x square. Square root ng x square is x. How about 4? Si 4 ay nakuha natin by
Square root of 16.
which is 4. Si negative sign ay nakuha mula sa sign ni negative 8x. So, ikakopy natin ang sign na middle term. And then, square. Kaya tinawag siyang square of a binomial. Then, copy equals 9. Step 5. Solve the resulting quadratic equation by extracting the square root. So, we have now the square of quantity x minus 4 equals 9. Balikan natin ang extracting the square root. I-extract natin both sides of the equation. We have now the square root of the square of quantity x minus 4 square equals square root of 9. Let's extract the square root. We have now x minus 4 equals positive negative square root of 9 is 3. Let's have step 6. Separate the negative and positive results and solve the resulting linear equations. Isa-separate natin, paghihiwalay natin yung positive and negative results. Unahin natin yung positive results. So, we have now x minus 4 equals positive 3. Another, we have x minus 4 equals negative 3. So, pinag-separate natin ang positive and negative results. Now, let's solve the resulting equation. Unahin natin dito sa left side. X minus 4 equals 3. To solve for x, let's apply the addition property of equality. Add 4 to both sides of the equation. Simplify. We have now x equals positive 7. Sa right side naman, x minus 4 equals negative 3. Addition property of equality, x minus 4. Nag-add tayo ng 4 equals negative 3. Add ulit ng 4. Simplify, x equals 1. 1 is nakuha mula sa negative 3 plus 4. We have now the two solutions of our quadratic equations. We have x equals 7 and x equals 1. Step 7, check the solutions obtained using the original equation. Step 7 is the checking. Let's have first x equals 7. Substitute the value of x, which is 7, to the original equation. 4x squared minus 32x plus 28 equals 0. We have now 4 times 7 squared minus 32 times 7 plus 28 equals 0. 7 squared is 49, kaya nagkaroon tayo ng 4 times 49. 32 times 7 is 224. Negative times positive is negative. Plus 28 equals 0. 4 times 49 is 196 minus 224 plus 28 equals 0. 196 minus 196. Ang galing si 196, negative 224 plus 28 is negative 196. 196 minus 196 equals 0. 0 equals 0. So that is true. Let's proceed now to the second solution. X equals 1. This is our original equation. Substitute the value of x, which is 1. 4 times 1 squared minus 32 times 1 plus 28 equals 0. So we have 4 times 1. 1 squared is 1. Negative 32 times 1 is negative 32 plus 28 equals 0. 4 times 1 is 4. Minus 32 plus 28 equals 0. 4 minus 32 equals negative 28 plus 28 equals 0. Negative 28 plus 28 is 0 equals 0. So this is also true. Therefore, our answer, the two solutions of equation 4x squared minus 32x plus 28 equals 0 are 7 or 1. So that is our answer.